65 million people suffer from neurodegenerative diseases. You know someone affected. It's happening fast. In your brain, proteins are misfolding. This is the start. Your body can't stop it. What's going wrong? It's a protein apocalypse. You're at risk. Think about it. For instance, Alzheimer's disease, a classic example, affects over 5.8 million Americans, with numbers expected to triple by 2050. Researchers like Dr. David Holtzman are working tirelessly to understand the complexities of these diseases. Did you know that neurodegenerative diseases can be triggered by a process called cross-seeding, where one misfolded protein can induce others to misfold? It's a domino effect. You might be surprised to learn that even professional athletes, like NFL players, are at higher risk due to repeated head trauma. The protein tau, normally a harmless brain protein, becomes a deadly culprit when it misfolds. It's a ticking time bomb, and the clock is ticking for all of us. As you watch this, proteins in your brain are folding and unfolding, and you can't help but wonder, what's the trigger that sets off this catastrophic chain reaction? The truth is, it could be anything, and that's what's so alarming. Here's what nobody tells you about protein aggregation. It's like a game of Jenga. One wrong move, and it all falls apart. You have 20,000 proteins in your body. They all need to fold correctly. But sometimes, they don't. And that's when the trouble starts. You can't see it, but it's happening. Right now. For instance, in Alzheimer's disease, a specific protein called amyloid beta misfolds and aggregates, leading to the formation of plaques that can occupy up to 30% of the brain's volume. This process can start decades before symptoms appear. Surprisingly, research has shown that even short periods of intense exercise can reduce protein aggregation in the brain by up to 50%. You might be wondering how this affects you directly. Well, consider this. The average person has around 70,000 thoughts per day, and each thought requires a complex interplay of proteins to function correctly. When these proteins misfold, it can lead to a cascade of issues. It's a delicate balance, and when it's disrupted, the consequences can be severe. As you go about your day, your body is constantly working to maintain this balance, folding and refolding proteins with incredible precision. Meet the villains, amyloid beta and tau proteins. They're the main culprits behind neurodegenerative diseases. Your brain has a cleanup crew, the ubiquitin proteasome system. But it's not perfect. Sometimes, it fails. And that's when the proteins start to aggregate. It's a vicious cycle. You can't escape it. The science is clear. For instance, in Alzheimer's disease, amyloid beta plaques can accumulate to alarming levels, with some studies showing that patients can have up to 20% of their brain volume taken over by these toxic aggregates. Did you know that the ubiquitin proteasome system is also responsible for regulating the levels of other proteins in your body, like those involved in cell division? It's a delicate balance. When it's disrupted, the consequences can be severe. You might be surprised to learn that some researchers believe that certain types of music can actually help stimulate the brain's cleanup crew, with one study showing that listening to Mozart's music can increase the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that helps regulate the ubiquitin proteasome system. It's fascinating stuff, and it highlights the complexities of neurodegenerative diseases. This is urgent. Protein aggregation is happening in your brain right now. It's a ticking time bomb. The surprising fact, it's not just about the proteins. It's about the cells they're in. Your neurons are like sinking ships. They can't escape the toxic proteins. It's a matter of time. The clock is ticking. You might be wondering how this affects people in real life. Take the example of Alzheimer's disease, where protein aggregation leads to a drastic decline in cognitive function. In the United States alone, over 5 million people suffer from Alzheimer's, with numbers expected to triple by 2050. Now, here's something that might shock you. Did you know that protein aggregation can also occur in people as young as 20? It's not just a disease of the elderly. The process is silent, yet deadly. As the toxic proteins build up, your brain cells start to die. It's a gradual process, but one that can have devastating consequences. The key is to understand the underlying mechanisms and take action to prevent or slow down the aggregation. You have the power to make a difference, but you must act now. Time is running out, and the stakes are high. You're at risk, even if you're healthy. It's a silent killer. Protein aggregation is the main cause of neurodegenerative diseases, affecting millions worldwide. You know someone affected, perhaps a family member or friend struggling with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. It could be you. The question is, what can you do about it? The answer is not simple. But you can start by understanding the risks. For instance, did you know that in the United States alone, over 5 million people are living with Alzheimer's, with numbers expected to triple by 2050? Companies like Biogen are working tirelessly to develop treatments. You won't believe what happens next. Surprisingly, research has shown that certain types of meditation can actually reduce protein aggregation in the brain. It's a fascinating area of study. As you delve deeper, you'll find that the connection between lifestyle choices and neurodegenerative diseases is more intricate than you thought. By making informed decisions, you can take the first step towards mitigating your risk. The journey to understanding and combating these diseases is complex, but with knowledge, you can empower yourself to make a difference. Most doctors get this wrong. They think it's just about age. But it's not. Protein aggregation can happen at any age. It's not just about genetics. Consider the case of Terry Walls, a doctor who reversed her multiple sclerosis symptoms through dietary changes. She went from being barely able to walk to completing an 18-mile bike ride. You have the power to change it. But you need to know the facts. For instance, did you know that a study on the Hadza people, an indigenous tribe in Tanzania, found that they have extremely low rates of dementia, likely due to their high levels of physical activity and diverse diet? It's about lifestyle. The myth: it's inevitable. The truth: it's not. You can reduce the risk. By making informed choices, you can take control of your health. It's time to challenge the status quo and take a proactive approach. You can start by incorporating simple changes into your daily routine, like increasing your physical activity or eating more plant-based meals. The key is to be informed and take action, rather than simply accepting the myth that it's inevitable. In 1953, two scientists, James Watson and Francis Crick, made a bet that changed everything. They discovered the structure of DNA, a double helix that looks like a twisted ladder. But they also found something unexpected: proteins can fold in multiple ways. It's like a game of chess, where the pieces are the same, but the outcome is different. This twist changes everything. For instance, the protein hemoglobin has 574 possible folding combinations, but only one is correct. You might be surprised to know that the incorrect folding of proteins is linked to diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. In fact, did you know that there's a type of jellyfish that's immortal, thanks to a protein that protects its cells from damage? You won't believe what this means for you. It opens up new avenues for medical research and treatment. The possibilities are endless, and scientists are just starting to explore them. You're on the cusp of a revolution in personalized medicine, where your unique genetic profile can be used to tailor treatments. The future is exciting, and it's all thanks to the discovery of DNA's structure and the surprising world of protein folding. You'll remember this tomorrow: protein aggregation is a ticking time bomb. But here's the question: can you defuse it? The answer is not simple. Take Alzheimer's disease, for example, where protein clumps have been found in the brains of patients, with a staggering 70% of people over 80 affected. But you can start by understanding the risks. You have the power to change it. The question is, will you? Think about it. The clock is ticking. It's a complex process, involving misfolded proteins that accumulate over time, causing cellular damage. Interestingly, some research suggests that certain lifestyle choices, such as regular exercise, can reduce the risk of protein aggregation. You might be surprised to know that even short periods of intense physical activity can stimulate the brain's natural cleaning process, removing toxic proteins. It's a remarkable finding, with one study showing that just 20 minutes of high-intensity exercise can increase the brain's waste removal by up to 50%. So, what will you do with this knowledge? The power to make a change is in your hands, and the time to act is now.